are so deep into the grift, it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I really don't see how anybody could be defending this, especially considering the circumstances of the case. And it's obvious that they're gaslighting us, but if you listen to the left, we're the ones spreading the misinformation. We're the ones who don't get it. Yeah, the left-wing grifter fact-checkers are coming in full force, and they're hitting us with the fact-check talking point, but the money hasn't been released yet. Give Send Go even confirmed that the money has not been released to the Anthony family, which, yes, I acknowledge, that is in fact true. Give Send Go did release a public statement confirming that they have not released any of the near $500,000 funds, but that literally changes nothing. I mean, spare me with the half-baked fact check. It's actually a very simple accounting concept. It's called accounts receivable, folks. The Anthony family has over $450,000 incoming into their accounts. You know, it's part of the balance sheet here. The money is slated to come in. It's confirmed. It's there. And obviously the Anthony family knows this. And clearly that absolutely affects your financial decisions in the current moment.
There we go. There we go. Actually, let's try. Let's try that. There we go. All right. Alright, so let's see. I'm guessing this is like a strength. Fighters with the ranks, inquisitors, and play raw physical prowess. Yep. Okay, pyromancer, mage. Guessing like an assassin build.
Huh.
I have to dodge next time or I'm dead.
Pot of seeds.
Goat?
All right, it let us go into depth.
I was raised on the streets of Crimson City, and would have died on them had I not displayed the ability to wield the arcane arts. Word of my powers spread, and I was taken from my mother to be trained as an inquisitor. What happened to her?
I figure I'll do this for like an hour.
Sometimes I have a dream of being born. The rain splashing, my mother's labored breathing, and the sound of a mandrake screaming.
Yes.
We serve him through serving you. 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 We serve him through serving you.
He is the world's salvation, as I am yours.
And forever shall be.
What's in there? You're all wondering. Ominous, isn't it? We all know why the walls around our capital exist. This world fell to the forces of darkness before many of you were even born. Only here, in Crimson City, with our faith in the Divine One and the power he bestows on me, can we thrive in a corrupt world. As the sun fades, its light is replaced by shadows and the terrors that lurk within them. We all fear the night, but what if it had a face? Abominations, apostates, sorcery, famine, disease. There is a root from which all evil springs, blighting the lands with monstrosities and cursing us all. Our greatest foe, unseen to most, until now. A witch. Gaze at this creature. Do you see her? The source of our downfall. The mother of all heretics. Do you see how even with her dying breath she tries to hex us, even within our God's own sanctum? Why, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to tear her apart with your own hands. Shh. I understand your pain. The Divine One hears your rage. But we are better than this beast. We must show mercy to her. Our God has filled me with divine power. And within his cleansing light, even you, my enemy, shall be redeemed in his eyes.
Don't point that at people's faces. What happened?
The King's Inquisitor.
You are mistaken. This is a gift. The Divine One has blessed this Inquisitor with his power. And all things from our God have a purpose. Now go, my blessed subject. Go into the streets and tell everyone how our faith has triumphed over true evil. Let it be a lesson to all the heretics and liars that slander my good name and sow the seeds of chaos in our kingdom. Inquisitor, a word in private. You ruined my ceremony with that surprise of yours. If I had left it to the crowd, you'd be swinging from a rope outside the city. I want you to remember what I did for you in there. Because quite frankly, I don't know what your powers or potential are, but you are one of my weapons, and I would rather wield you than break you.
I live to serve, my lord.
Oh, you do, and don't forget it. No matter what power you manifest, you wield it in my service.
Oh, I love me a good villain.
That witch did not die with her secrets. It took days to break her. Most spirited.
Love me a
animal
good
I've ever
villain.
seen
Woo!
tamed. I thought her screams would wake the dead. There's
Look how
another
buff I am!
out there.
Ah!
She was on her way to meet her
I
sister.
go to the gym,
somewhere
bro!
around Wickham.
Oh!
You and the other Inquisitors will have the honor of tracking her down and bringing her here.
You want me to confront another witch?
Yes.
Why do I talk
And
like some,
Do not kill
like-
this one.
like soccer
Report to the
mom,
Chief
but this
Inquisitor
dude's
and
all
then be on
like,
your way. Oh, and child, the witch will tempt you with words. The lies that birth heretics.
I'm like, oh my god, like,
know
you know,
what
I'm
it is
gonna go find a witch. Ah! We kind of messed up the dialogue there.
Where am I?
Look at me, look how
Who
jacked
said
I am,
that?
bro!
You okay? See, you've got your traveling gear on. Guess he trusts you enough to reassign you. I wasn't sure you were going to come out of there alive. To be honest, I couldn't stand her screams either. Nothing deserves a death that agonizing. You know what it took to bring in the other? 20 guardsmen, killed or good as dead. Took Grand Inquisitor Maddox himself to subdue the witch. And I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but Maddox is nursing a pretty serious injury. Not that he'd show it. No. Still not sure if that's a reward or punishment. I've got another heretic to chase down. Committed the sin of being too influential with the poor. I hope for his sake, this one doesn't have a large family. Good luck on the witch hunt. And do try to come back alive. If I have to bury one more true friend, well, I guess that's the last I'll have to do any shoveling, huh?
All right.
Inquisitor, no.
This voice. Am I hallucinating?
You are expected at the training grounds, Inquisitor.
My apologies, Inquisitor. Praise His Holiness. Indeed. Apologies.
Fresh meat, genuine beef, guaranteed. Empty again. Something up straight. That's wine from Skitos. Ordered by His Majesty himself. Do you know how much it costs?
Your men must have dropped them. Not my problem.
It is your problem, and I demand compensation. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. No. 500 gold pieces. Or I will report you to the guards. Do you hear me?
How about 100?
400.
Never.
I'm not leaving until I get my money.
Go ahead. I'm a member of the guild. Report me, and no one will sell you so much as a grape.
Hey, Inquisitor. Here's to you.
Sprint.
You
Skip.
showed
skip.
mercy when you killed that witch.
It's her mercy when they killed
I
her
would have been in
witch.
your place. I would have let her burn to ashes.
God, dude.
I've never seen a more disappointed crowd, even when it's their own fathers being
I
hung.
love you. Whoa.
You're not fit to hunt witches. You aren't even strong enough to beat me, and I'll prove it. To the soldiers gathered, I challenge this Inquisitor to a duel. No one will interfere until one of us yields.
Show him the light, Kazka.
Know your place, Inquisitor. You fight with ill intention. I will test this one's devotion to the cause.
Yes, Maddock.
Inquisitor, make ready.
Teach them, Maddock.
Yes, teach them.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah.
His Holiness' faith in you is justified.
Hey, yo, let's fight
If this
in it.
power
It's
you have manifested
justified.
is used in anything but his service, I will hunt you down, same as any.
As will I.
I'm better than you. And I'll turn that witch in before you're even out of the city limits. You'll see.
Inquisitors, we have orders to find and apprehend a witch. We will search the areas around Wickham. Keska, Gloomroot, Olin, Ravenholm Woods, and you.
Graveseep Swamp? Sir.
Worth a look. You all have your orders. Hunt well.
Place has been abandoned for some time. Didn't heretics live here?
If people didn't live in the houses of heretics, half the city would be in the state.
Okay.
Inquisitor, got supplies for your journey upstairs. You deserve better for what you did to that witch, but it's all we've got to spare.
That's it.
Going out this late? Really? Even for...
Witch stones are ancient magical structures that serve as checkpoints. To activate a witch stone, press R1 while standing in front of it. Upon death or when reloading the game, you will respawn at the last witch stone you interacted with. Bonfires, essentially.
It's reacting to me.
The stone. You reactivated it.
I can feel its power strengthen me.
So can I not?
Get away from her! Help!
A hidden cave.
Hold on.
Loot. Nice.
She's gone. My Vin. The wolves came out of nowhere, scared her so much she broke her reins and ran off with them on her heels. Without her, my cart's not going far, and there's nothing I can do. Down the road. I just hope they haven't caught her. Please, just find Vin. They chased her down the road, and I doubt they would just stop with her. Hey, and in case the wolves attack, here's a sharpening stone for your weapon.
So... I don't like that I can't block. Unless that's block. Equip a quick use item. Press the touchpad to open the character window and select one of the quick use slots at the lower part of the left panel. Once selected, press X on the icon of a consumable item to place it into its selected slot. You can cycle through your equipped quick use items on the HUD by pressing left or right on the D-pad and using currently selected one with L1. What is this? Minor mana potion. Sharpening stone.
Oh, fuck. Whatever is happening, it doesn't look good.
How did you absorb the entropy within it? What are you?
Entropy?
The corruption that eats the world. A force, an end to everything.
And what are you?
Did you find Vin?
She's safe.
Oh. Seems I may be stuck here until the Ox are less spooked. Come on, Vin. Daddy's here. It's okay. You're safe now.
Daddy's here.
Since
What are you
ancient
doing
times,
with
set
those
no
ox,
traveler
Mr.
came to
Big
harm
Man,
the
hey,
roads
man
nearby.
bun?
Most merchants know of it. I'll take you there.
Dude, I feel like my neck needs to pop, and I think I need to have my wife walk across my spine and just like dig her heels into my spine a little bit.
I followed the blacksmith along a well-worn
You know what I
trail,
really miss,
hoping
dude?
the
I
sun would
miss
hold out
being
until
in
we reached
high
our
school
destination.
because they
So
had
far,
these
it was as strong
chairs,
as
right?
Mother's
And I don't
oxen.
know if it was because of my
The man
size
seemed
back
like he
then,
wouldn't even split
but
a
I
log
like
without
you could
apologizing
lean
to it
back
first.
in that chair and you could
As dusk
crack your
faded,
back
we
so
entered a
good.
campsite under a gnarled
I miss
ancient
that,
tree
dude. It
that I
felt
could
so
swear
good to
was
like, it was
watching
just,
us.
it hit that sweet spot in your
Breathed a
back and
sigh
go,
of relief, made a sign to a god I did not know, and spoke.
and I haven't had my back cracked that good since
This is the
since
place.
high school.
Best place to set up shop outside the walls of a city. Maybe business will pick up, especially if they keep turning travelers away from Wickham.
What's happening at Wickham?
Not sure. Band of musicians told me the roads have become
When
too
I was a
dangerous.
kid, they always said, oh, it's bad to
Unfortunately,
like
that's where
pop
I'm
your
headed.
fingers and crack your back and all that.
may want to use
And then
my
as I got
services
older,
before
they
you go.
actually said, oh, it's good because it releases the toxic gases that are trapped up inside your knuckles and your joints. And then
It's so peaceful.
as I got a little bit older, they're like, no,
corruption
it's
at all.
bad because it puts tension and blah, 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 blah. It's like eggs, dude. Every 5 years, they're changing their mind about eggs. Eggs cause cancer. Eggs, you know, make your toenails grow healthier and shinier. Oh, eggs raise your cholesterol. Oh, eggs lower your cholesterol.
This road leads to Crimson City. I don't think I'm going back there anytime soon.
Oh well. Mango kitty. Okay, defeating enemies absorbs their essence when displayed in blue light at the bottom right of the screen. When it reaches a certain threshold, the level meter at the bottom left will begin to glow. Press R1 to add an activated witchstone to open its... Oh my god, I cannot read right now. Holy shit. Press R1 at an activated witchstone to open its window. In the level up tab, press and hold X to level up. Keep in mind that essence can also be used to acquire items from certain vendors. And for other purposes, so you may not always want to spend it all on leveling your character. When you level up, you earn talent points. These can be used in the talent tree to unlock various passive attribute and talent nodes. Access the talent tree via the Witchstone window. Press R1 and activate a Witchstone, or the character window. Press touchpad, find the talent tree tab at the top of each window. On Winnie, what's up? On the talent tree tab, you can unlock nodes that are connected to a node that already unlocked. Your ultimate talent points are displayed at the top right corner of the tab. Oh, God. $74 gear. I'll check them out. Holy crap. Ugh. Ugh. 747 pilot who explains everything about aircraft. That's hella cool. Planes are an interesting thing. I mean, I'm not like obsessed with airplanes or anything, but I've always found airplanes hella cool. Just because I come from an Air Force family. You know, I was born on an Air Force base. And what's crazy is I'm not even allowed to go to the place that I was born. Like, that is fucking wild to me. When I was younger, we used to go hang out like right outside the tarmac of the Air Force base. Actually, the same Air Force base that I was born at. No, because I was born on an Air Force base. It's military. And because I made poor decisions when I was in my, 20 years ago, any sort of like but when I was younger, where the planes would come into land, because the base that I was born at is huge. It's the largest Air Force base like west of the Mississippi. And we used to hang out on like the old highway right outside. And I don't know if you know what a DC-10 is, but they're huge. They're like they're the planes. What do they call them? Sky something. Sky cities or whatever. They're the ones that carry the tanks in, and they drop the tanks out with parachutes, and the tanks come parachuting down. They're huge ass airplanes. They're basically like a what do you call it? Like an aircraft carrier, but they're like an air. they're like the air version. And we used to like park out off the side of the highway, like right at the end of their tarmac, so that when they were coming in, and they would come in like right above your head, like they're like 30-40 feet above you, and just dude, so loud, and so like you could like the vibration from the sound of them coming in would just shake the shit out of you. And what do you call it? When I was a young kid, right? I'm talking like 1988, 1989, like 4 or 5 years old. We used to live in these apartments that were like down the highway from this base, right? Because the base was big. Like the actual base itself was like a normal base, but the area that it encompassed was fucking massive. Massive. It itself was basically like a city. And then it had outposts that it was connected to 30, 40, 50 miles away. Like it, all in all, it encompasses a huge area, like, 150 square mile area. And that's just what you can see. That's not even including the underground highways and all that shit that interconnect all the different locations. But when I was a little kid, I was playing in this ditch. I was trying to catch frogs in this, because I grew up when I was young in where there were a lot of rice paddies. If you've never seen a rice paddy, it's basically just like a big square plot, right? That's got like a 2-foot dirt berm all the way around it. The dirt berm goes all the way around, and it encompasses this area, and they go and they just throw rice seed out everywhere, and then they flood it. And they have these drainage canals from all the water that comes out of the rice paddies. And some of these drainage ditches were big, 15, 20, 25 feet deep and like 30, 40 feet wide. Big. And then they branch off into smaller canals, and you could go and catch like frogs and minnows and crawdads and all kinds of shit in them. And I'm sitting there one day trying to catch some frogs, and I hear this loud sound above me. Not like break the sound barrier loud, but it was loud. And I look up, and it was an SR-71. And I didn't think anything of it because my grandpa was in the Air Force. So I just, whatever, cool, it's an SR-71. And as I told that story when I got older, people told me I was a liar, I was full of shit, I didn't know what I was talking about. And it's like, dude, I was born on a fucking Air Force base, bro. Like, my grandpa got me a huge ass poster of an SR-71 for like my 3rd birthday, dude. It was like one of the first posters I ever had. This huge ass SR-71 with all the specs and everything on it. Like, I knew what it looked like. I knew exactly what it looked like. And all these, oh no, it was retired. Even my stepdad was like, no, that's impossible because it was retired in 1979. So there's no way you could have seen it. And it's like, bro, I know what the fuck I saw. dude. Like, I know the thing was like 200 feet above me. It was coming into land at the base. You know what I mean? Like, I saw it up close flying over our apartment complexes, and that's actually, that base is where they retired it. There's 3 of them that were stationed there at the time, but supposedly it was retired. And I will never forget that, dude, because it was right above me. And you're going to tell me that they have them there and they're not going to play around with them? Like, give me a break, bro. I'm not saying that it was in action and it was doing combat missions. I'm just saying I saw it coming in for a landing, flying right above my head. It was one of the greatest moments of my childhood. Just, you know, it was just cool to see. But, so wait, hold on. You say he's a 747 pilot. Does he, like, what is he, does he talk about the mechanics of the airplane? Or does he just talk about, like, crazy people that have been on his planes? I mean, I know people that work out on the base. It's not that. It's like, though, like, okay, so even if I did have a friend, right, and they brought me out there, if they got caught, they could go to, like, federal military prison for doing that, because it's considered treasonous. They would get discharged from the military. I wouldn't even put that on somebody. I mean, I would love to be able to go to see the place that I was born, because I was actually one of the last generations of kids to be born out there. See, that's cool right there. I like that. People don't understand how important, not like ASL, but signing, like sign language is in general. Like, we don't understand how much we rely on sign language and body language in general. Like, in the kind of work that I do, I work around machines, I work around chainsaws. It's a generally loud environment. So if I'm trying to communicate with somebody, you know, and people are running chainsaws, we have to have earmuffs on. So with the earmuffs on and people running chainsaws and equipment, I can't hear a word you're saying. So it's really important. Like, if we're winching up a log out of like a ravine or something, you know what I mean? Like, this is bring the cable out. No, wait. Bring the cable in, bring the cable out. So, you know what I mean? I'm looking down at the person below because I have to keep tension on the cable. So I'm feeding the cable down, right? And there's somebody 30, 40 feet below me tying up, you know, a 4,000 pound log. I have to be able to communicate with them and communicate with my operator what all needs to be done. Like, say the machine is like this and the hill is like this, my operator can't see down there. So my job as the spotter is to use sign language. So I find stuff like that really interesting to see how other people communicate in that way. Like the people that direct planes on aircraft carriers and stuff like that, that's always fascinated me. How, you know, when they're, you know, all the different little things that they do means so much. I find it very fascinating. just because it's like, we think of language and we think of, you know, English, Spanish, and all this other stuff. We don't think about like body language and action and posture and stance and hand movements and all that stuff. Like, you know, many of Italians, dude, we talk like, dude, bro, we talk with our hands. I didn't even, because I'm not like full-blooded Italian. I'm just like, my great-grandparents came over here from Italy. But even then, like, I didn't even know that I did a lot of this shit. Like, I'll be talking with people and my hands are all over the fucking place, dude. I don't know if you remember this, but like 12 years ago, there was like a huge Italian meme going around where, you know, it was this, like, how do Italians eat cheese? And it was like this, or like, how do Italians play baseball? And it was like them holding a baseball bat like this. And it was just a hand like this. And no matter what it was, it's like how Italians drive cars. And it was like their hand was like this. That is not a lie. That is a very true stereotype, dude. Like, all Italians, at some point, dude, when they're talking, they do this with their hand. Hey. It's fugaz. I think it's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh, yeah, that's... So going back to like the hand language and the body language and all that, like if I've got my operator up here, right, and you know, we're going down into a canyon that's like this, right? My operator can't see the people down below, right? So when I'm looking down the hill, there's a guy running a chainsaw and a guy tying up the tree. I'm communicating with the guy tying up the tree, who's communicating with the guy operating the chainsaw, who's communicating with the guy tying up the tree, who's communicating with me, who's communicating with the operator, who's communicating back to me. Like, sign language is very, very important. You know what I mean? I'm telling him if I'm going, because I'm holding tension, so I've only got one hand. So if I go like this, it's reel back slow. You know, reel back fast. Slowly, and then stop. Or like this right here, this. If I'm backing up the operator, I'm telling him, you know, come straight, follow the trailer, whatever. Or like cut it to the left, cut it to the right. Or hard left, hard right, follow trailer, inch back, stop. Or like if you, I know this is like more advanced, this is shit I don't really use, but I've seen people like cut it to the left, cut it to the right. Or like if I'm operating a chainsaw, right? And I'm looking at my operator, I can't grab my radio because you have to have two hands on the chainsaw per OSHA rules, right? So when I'm communicating, he'll like all point at where I think I should cut on the tree for them to grab it, and then they'll tell me, they'll hold their hand out and say, you know, no, half, or you know what I mean? And that's just in what I do. That there's not even, I can't even imagine what people flying airplanes and shit, like the kind of stuff that they tell each other, dude, because there's so much. Like, how do you say pitch? How do you say, you know, tail flaps? Like, how do you say engine? How do you say engine number 3? Like, that shit's wild to me. Oh yeah, happy Easter, you guys. Happy Easter. I think that's what matters most, Happy. You know what I mean? I never understood the whole point of the actual meeting of the in a building, because going back, people like Jesus or Muhammad or Confucius or any, like, they didn't, like, Jesus would have prayer circles just out in the field. Like, I understand the significance of the church. It's a place where people can come and feel safe and gather and mingle and all that, but I never understood the fact that, like, this is where we have to meet, and we have to meet here every Sunday to celebrate. Like, why can't we meet out in a field, or why can't we go meet on a trail, or why can't we go have prayer behind a bar where people really need it? Like, that was one thing I never understood about religion in general, is why this one specific gathering spot? Why not gather all over the place where you could get your message out? But that's just me. Every 2 weeks, like 2 Sundays, I go to church, with the rest of Sundays, no. And honestly, Happy, I think that's what's important. It's just going there to show your love and support for the community. I think that's probably what it all boils down to. You know what I mean? I like your connection with whatever higher power you have is supposed to be from, you know, within you. Like, you are supposed to be an embodiment of whatever your religious practices are. Like, you essentially are supposed to be the church, you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be a living embodiment of whatever religion you represent, you know what I mean? So technically, no matter where you are, you should be in your place of holiness, because you are a direct representative of whatever you are practicing in. And that's the thing too, like, homes are like, generally speaking, homes are like a fairly new thing. Like, in the grand scheme of the entire universe, homes are fairly new. Like, the idea of a domicile is not that old. Like, what do you call it when, like, chronologically speaking, domiciles are not that old. Like, I understand that living organisms have always had a need to find, like, shelter from, like, storms and all that stuff, but, like, up until very recently, like in the past couple thousand years, like, wherever you were, that's where your home was. That was hard. At the time of the vid, I was really heavy into Alcoholics Anonymous, and doing the Zoom calls and all that stuff. It was really hard because you're supposed to be able to feel like you could be open and honest, and I couldn't do that with my, because I would just do specifically men's meetings only. I don't like going to co-ed meetings. I don't. I think it's a distraction. Provides useful information. Okay. You know, it's crazy because this morning I was going through and I was listening to a bunch of different people talk about, like this morning I watched a couple of atheist videos, and I watched a couple of religious videos, i.e. like I watched a rabbi speak, I watched a Christian preacher speak, I watched a, what's the equivalent of a Muslim preacher? What is, prophet? But I watched one of them kind of speak on some things, and it's crazy because listening to atheists speak, it's weird because, like, I know for a fact there is some sort of higher power that's out there that created the entire universe. There's something that lives outside of space and time that created everything, because you don't get something from nothing, dude. Like, you don't just have nothing and then all of a sudden a bunch of molecules appear. Like, where did the building blocks of the universe as we know it come from? Like, there's something that exists outside of space and time that had to make that happen. Even if you want to say, like, okay, let's look at the Big Bang Theory. Okay, if you believe the Big Bang Theory is the responsible for the universe, where'd all the shit that made the Big Bang Theory happen come from? There's got to be something that created it. It just wasn't there. It had to start somewhere. And when I listen to atheists speak, like, there isn't something outside of space and time that physically made this shit appear. Like, it blows my mind, because they will put more effort into proving that there is nothing to believe in than there would be for something to believe in. Like, I can't say for sure. Everything to me is just a theory because I wasn't there. I can't say for sure exactly what happened. It's like watching a movie based on real events. Like, nobody knows exactly what happens because nobody was there except for the people that were there. You know what I mean? Like, let's use the Queen documentary for example, or that Queen movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody, right? And they're sitting there, and they're all fighting, and they're all bickering, and then all of a sudden, you know, one of them starts playing the bass line for Another One Bites the Dust, and then Brian May is like, yeah, I like that. Yeah. What's the lyric? And then poof, all of a sudden Another One Bites the Dust. Like, that's not exactly what happened. Like, the shirts are maybe a little bit different. Maybe one of them coughed. Like, who knows exactly what happened? I can't say for sure. I know what I believe. But you hear people speak like as if they were there when the Big Bang Theory happened. Like, they witnessed it happen. And, like, you have no... Dude, like, you... Okay. But that's wild to me that your nothing created everything, and when you die, you become nothing again. It's just... that's wild to me. Like, they've even proven human beings are like comprised of what, like 70% energy or some shit like that. So if energy doesn't go away, it just changes form, what happens to the energy that we are comprised of? Where does it go? Does it dissipate back into the earth? Does it float around in the atmosphere? Like, where does the energy go that we're comprised of? What happens to it? Also, what makes us us?
It seems I'm really on my own now. Let the adventure begin.
I don't know, it's just...
These scavengers are
This is wild to me.
I need to be careful. I can't.
See... And that's another reason why I really have an issue with organized religion. You know what I mean? Organized religion to me is, how is it that wherever you're born, that, and I'm not trying to slight like Jews or Christians or Muslims, but how is it that wherever you're born, that's the right God? That part is what confused me. And it still confuses me to this day. Like, if you're born in Saudi Arabia, why is Muhammad the prophet to follow and he's the only one that's right? And if you're born in, like, let's say Jerusalem, why is Jesus the one that is right? And if you're, that's where things get kind of murky for me. Because why is it always where you're born, that's the only one that's right? Like, if you were born 3,000 years ago in Greece, you know, Zeus would have been the one who is the Almighty, and that's who you followed, was Zeus. Like, there's a story in the Bible about the Tower of Babel, right? And I'm gonna butcher this, but they talk about humans trying to build something, a tower to heaven, the Tower of Babel. And God didn't like this. So I mean, I wasn't talking about you specifically, Happy. I was just talking like, or Winnie, I was just talking like in general. You know what I mean? Like, it, a lot of times where like the majority of people are born, that happens to be the, like, whatever religion is the majority in that area is like, well, no, this is the god or goddess, and this is what's the real god or goddess. You know what I mean? Ricky Gervais actually has a couple of great points about that, because I honestly believe that all religions are the same, and a lot of it has to do with the Tower of Babel. When the Tower of Babel was destroyed and God separated everybody, you know, it had something to do with that, because going back to what I said a couple days ago, you know, all religions pretty much say the same thing. Be a good human being and treat others how you want to be treated. Don't steal. Don't harm other human beings. Don't murder. Don't do horrible stuff to kids. Like, they all say the same thing. So why is it that this religion is saying the same thing as this religion, but this religion is false and this religion is right? You know what I mean? Like, in when you compare the Torah or the Holy Bible or the Quran, you know, all of these books are, when it comes to morals and how to live as a human being, they all say the same shit down to its core. Now, once you get outside that and you start introducing these other variables about this specific religion, is where they start to differ. And, you know, they start talking about how all these other deities are wrong and that this one is right. But how is this one wrong when it's saying at its core the same stuff that this book is saying? Be a good person. Don't harm others. Don't steal. Don't, you know, honor thy father and thy mother. Like, all these books say the same thing at their core. It's just once you get the people involved, that's where it starts to differentiate. You know what I mean? When you have the Quran and you have the Muslims and you have the Torah and you have the Jews and you have the Bible and you have the Christians, now all of a sudden that now things start to segregate and they start to separate, and they start to say, well, no, this one is correct. Well, no, this one is correct. And that's an issue that I have with organized religion as a whole, because that doesn't make sense to me. If they all say the same thing at their core, like what does it matter in the end? Even I'm guilty of it. All of my morals and stuff that I have as an adult man came from having a Christian Baptist style upbringing from my aunt and uncle. And I'm even guilty of it sometimes. And I don't understand, like, I don't understand why we think that way. Like, why can't it just be, we're all just going to be good to each other? We're not going to harm kids. We're not going to beat women. We're not going to, you know what I mean? We're not going to do these things. We're not going to steal from each other. But I don't know. That always kind of made me sit and think. But then I started getting way too into it, and then I'm just like, I just need to shut my mouth, practice what I preach, and be a good person. Hold on, where is it? I actually didn't know this, but where is... Okay, so this first part I'm going to play for you was actually what I was taught growing up as a kid. I didn't know the second part. I'll actually pause it.
You've got to watch this. Ishtar is the reason why you celebrate Easter. She was the fertility goddess in Babylonian times. And the actual holiday of Easter, which is celebrated mostly by Christians, is actually the celebration of fertility of Ishtar, the Babylonian Anunnaki goddess. This is why they have the eggs and the bunnies laying the eggs, the fertility thing. It has nothing to do with resurrections. Not one daggone thing to do with resurrections. No. Easter.
So as a kid outside of church, that's what I was taught. That same thing with Christmas, that the birth of Jesus he was actually born in the summertime, and that his actual birth date was moved to coincide and cover up Saturnalia, the pagan the pagan celebration for the winter solstice, right? Even like the pine tree and the giving out of the toys and all that, and even Santa Claus was a different. I mean, there's still a representation of Santa Claus, but he was a different character, right? So like these are the things that outside of the church, I was taught as a kid. But the second part, I didn't know this, and I actually looked this up. And this is the actual meaning of it. And I'm 41 years old, and I'm just now finding out about this.
It's not a pagan holiday.
doesn't come from a Babylonian god named Ishtar, and the eggs have nothing to do with the fertility goddess. Number one, the Old English name Ostra, from which we get the word Easter, comes from the Germanic word ostron, which means dawn, because all four Gospels record the discovery of Jesus' resurrection at dawn. Number two, Easter's timing on the calendar has nothing to do with a pagan holiday. It was set by the Christian Council of Nicaea in 325 AD because the Jewish Passover falls in March or April, and Jesus rose from the dead right after Passover. And number three, as much as internet atheists wish they were, symbols like eggs and rabbits are not borrowed from pagan fertility rites. In the Middle Ages, eggs were forbidden during the fasting of Lent leading up to Easter, so Christians hard-boiled them so they wouldn't spoil during their fast. And people like the Christian king Edward I painted them and gave them out to celebrate the breaking of the fast. Big idea. Easter is and always has been about Jesus because Ishtar didn't walk out of any tombs. Only Jesus did that.
You see what I mean? Like, that was never taught to me. And I actually, when I heard that, I was like, I don't know. You know, I was always taught this and that and this and that. And I went and I looked it up. And that's actually where that shit came from. And it blew my mind because I was like, dude, I've been being fed this crap for so long that it's crazy. Oh my God, cat. What are you doing?
Too high. I can't reach it. This must be Old Wickham. Or what's left of it.
I wonder if I get a double jump at some point in time.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, I have to get a double jump at some point in time.
It's locked.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Give you a choice, head or guts. Fuck you.
I don't think it matters if you wear a bow tie or not to church, because there's people at church who wear one without one and wear a polo shirt. I mean, did you wear a bow tie to church or something and get ridiculed for it. Because, yeah, I don't think it matters either. I mean, if you're there and you're celebrating, yeah, I don't think it matters at all.
Enjoy your pain and your good.
But there will always be the people that judge. I mean, I don't think it should matter, just as long as you're there.
Show me your purse.
See, and that's that shit shouldn't be happening. Oh shit. Oh, dude. Like, you should be dressed nice. I believe that. Like, clean.
It'll be quick.
Dude.
Show me your purse.
Come to my bag.
See, yeah, none of that shit.
Look what we got here.
It should just be about what you're there to represent.
I'll crack your stupid skull.
Oh, what the hell?
Look what we've got here.
I think I'll take this.
I think I'll take this.
Let's cut him.
Great.
I'll break you like a twig.
Dom, what's up, man? Happy Easter. It's good to see you two here, man. Not only is it Easter, dude, it's almost time for the, I think the Switch 2 goes up for pre-order in 3.5 days. I hope I get one, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. I would just love to be able to get one to do an unboxing video for you guys. Alright, we'll go for just a few more minutes and then we'll swap games.
I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah, it's not... It's kind of clunky. Plus the button layout is very weird. Like the default button layout is very odd.
A twig.
Whoa. Yeah, the button layout is very irritating. I mean, all in all, it's not that bad. It's got a wild...
I'm gonna destroy you.
Oh my god.
I won't leave this here.
I'm gonna level up one more time and then we'll swap games. I mean, it's not that bad of a game. I don't...
I'm gonna destroy you.
Oh my god.
I'll crack your stupid skull.
I wouldn't say it's the greatest game so far, but... Oh, what the hell? I did not mean to do that. Come on, come on. How much more do I need to level up? I don't like how you can't lock on. That's cool. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna swap games. I'll let you guys decide. Should we try the boss in Kazan a couple times? Should we do some Zone of the Enders? Titanfall 2. This is like a you guys pick it. You want to see me try some Armored Core? You want to see me play some Cuphead? You want to see Death Stranding? Like, what do you guys want? I'm going to let you guys pick. It's got to be installed right here, though. So one of these games. Let's see. We have AI Limit, Another Crab's Treasure, Armored Core. We have 3 Armored Core games. Wait, hold on. Why isn't this downloaded? Castlevania, Code Vein, Deathbound, some infamous Second Son, Little Nightmares. Pole is nice. Pole. Let me see. Destroy a Titan with your sword. Let's do some Titanfall 2. We need Titanfall 3. How do we get a petition started to make EA and Respawn do Titanfall 3? If you guys figure it out, I'll start doing the footwork. It could start with us right here, all 7 of us in this chat. All campaign missions will be locked. All pilot helmets and Titan weapons will be reset. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Yes.
Of all the things I've seen on the battlefields of the frontier, the pilot is the true dominant force. Fast and agile. Graceful, yet devastating. Perceptive, resourceful, and relentless. A pilot sees the world differently. Sheer walls become flanking routes. Pilots fight differently. Experienced in deception and maneuver, even overwhelming odds shift in their favor. But what truly separates the pilot from all the grunts and machines of the battlefield is the bond between a pilot and a Titan. Linked to a Titan, a pilot can only be stopped by overwhelming force, or an equal. The frontier has been the only home I've ever known. For years, our lands have been destroyed by the IMC, forcefully taking our resources, polluting and destroying our planets, and killing us off if we try to resist. Despite recent victories at Demeter and beyond, we have a long way to go before the IMC is defeated. Now, I serve as a rifleman in the militia, fighting to free the frontier. I'm a long way from becoming a pilot.
Here we go.
But when that day comes, I hope I can live up to the honor.
That's it. I'm going to buy Mech Warrior. We're getting Mech Warrior. Repo lost signals. What's this? Have I streamed Devil May Cry 5 before? Okay. Let me see. Oh, what's another one? Steel Hunters. That's the other one that I was looking for. Steel Hunters. Oh, Lords of the Fallen version 2.0 is out. And I have Split Fiction for whoever wants to play. South of Midnight. I am... Whew. I gotta go get dog food and cat litter and stuff today. Here we go. It's been a long time since I've played this game.
Oh. Here we go, Rifleman Cooper. Oh, hell. Ship must have power cycled the sim pod since last time. We'll have to recalibrate it.
Hey, Bubba, why don't you go get Jakey and have him help you bring the dogs out?
Does that feel right to you, Cooper? All right, we're good to go.
Yeah, go get Jakey so you guys can bring the doggies out.
Not quite the same as a Titan link, but it's similar. To learn new skills, we need to be in the right state of mind. Ah, much better. Technically, I'm not supposed to be training you, but in you I see potential. Let's pick up the pace, enabling jump kit assist. Jump kits operate on the principle of relaxed stability. Once your jump kit calibrates to your movement style, enhanced mobility becomes second nature. Beautiful, isn't it? Inspired by...
Let me see, because this is one of the games I want to platinum. Beat Pilot Anderson's Gauntlet Ghost Recorder time, placed in the top 3 on the Gauntlet scoreboard. Kept Lieutenant Shaver and Lieutenant Freeborn alive. Kill a cage prowler in wildlife research labs. Destroy a Titan with your sword core in campaign. Destroy a Titan with your smart core in the campaign. Destroy a Titan with your flame core in the campaign. Destroy a Titan with your flame core in campaign. Kill 25 infantry in 2 seconds as a Titan in the campaign. Destroy an enemy Titan as a pilot in the campaign. Shoot and kill 3 enemies in a row while wall running as a pilot in the campaign. Damn. Rodeo an enemy Titan in the campaign. Perform a melee takedown while cloaked in the campaign. Complete the campaign on Master. Find all collectibles. What? Go get Jake. Tell him I said to come down now.
My home planet of harmony. This is where I grew is what we're fighting for, Cooper. Good. Now you're moving. Under here. Stay low. Simple double jump. Follow the gun. We've retaken over a quarter of frontier space since the Battle of Demeter. The militia's better organized now. More people are going every day to my studies. People like you. In combat, things never go as you expect. Load your weapon. Gotta take them all out before we can fire. Use a different weapon this time. Grab another one off the rack.
There's the R201. Where's the R301? The alternator. What? Apex Legends. What is this? The Spitfire, baby. The Wingman. The DMR. What is this? The R201. Let's go with the R201.
Practice more if you want, then head to the gauntlet. Practice as much as you want, then meet me at the gauntlet.
Basilica, isn't that Virgil's, not Virgil's weapon, but,
All right, got a new gauntlet for you to run today. Hard time is 2 minutes. Gotta do better than that to continue. Follow the ghost and find your own path. Pilots have to strike a balance in combat. Speed is paramount, but you must also hit your targets. Gauntlet is where we practice those skills, until they're a second nature. Remember, you move faster when you're wall running. Give it a try. Nice run. See the results board on the wall? You set a new best time. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses, so be sure to run this a few times with different weapons. Look at the results board when you're done. I've got something special to show you. Okay, not bad.
Fuck.
Just try to get a little better each time. You were flying that time.
I'm beating his ghost. Why is the...
No shame in losing. The real shame would be to stop trying.
Bro, what the fuck, man? Dude!
Practice makes perfect. All done with the gauntlet.
I don't get. I finished in 45 seconds. Oh my god. I don't understand why. Okay, 54. Why am I saying 108? Why is it adding fucking 20 seconds? Oh, you have to. I get it now.
That's your fastest run yet.
56, what did he have? Bro, are you serious? Okay. Oh my god! Alright, how do I...
Keep working at it. Nobody gets there by giving up. All done with the gauntlet?
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
Let me see. So what? I just need to shave, what, 5 more seconds off? Where's the hemlock? Why can't I get the hemlock? EV8, Spitfire, R201, DMR. Let's try the wingman. Oh, he's already... No. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I was never good with this gun.
Each success is built on 1,000 failures. Don't quit now.
What the fuck, dude? Alright. Yeah, there we go. Dude.
Okay, not bad. All done with the gauntlet?
What the f... Bro, he's skipping past all this shit. I fucked that one up. What is that up there?
Just try to get a little better each time. All done with the gauntlet? shame in losing. The real shame would be to stop trying.
Bro, what the fuck, man? How do you... It says you can start over. There you go. That's where I keep fucking up right there. Is
New personal best. All done with the gauntlet.
oh my god. Alright, I'm done. Fuck. Dude, what? Oh my god, dude. Is he even... Dude, is the ghost even killing anybody? Watch him when he runs. It doesn't even look like he's killing people. See, is he even killing people?
Trust me, Rifleman. There's always someone faster out there. Just have to be more persistent.
Dude, I don't know how somebody aims that fast. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this platinum.
All done with the gauntlet.
What's up, Jogo?
I'm ready to see what's next.
Yeah, so this game is...
Time you learn the other half of being a pilot. The Titan. Let's go call one in.
pilots the only ones allowed to do that?
You ever played Apex Legends?
It's not the real me. But first, we're gonna need a little more space. That's my partner, BT. He's a Vanguard class. Homegrown militia technology. First Titan chassis we designed ourselves. One we didn't have to steal from the IMC. Go ahead, Rifleman. Call on your first Titan. Look up.
So Apex Legends takes place inside this universe.
All right, Rifleman. Sounds like it's about to hit the fan. I'm pulling you out.
Powering down all non-essential systems.
Cooper, ready up. Easy, Cole. He just left VR. He needs a minute to decompress. He'll be ready to go. Trust me. Yes, sir. Heads up. Trying to, anyway. Good session in there. You'll get the hang of it someday. We'll make a pilot out of you yet, Rifleman. But not today. No time.
Lastimosa.
Anderson?
You son of a bitch. See you down there.
We're gonna see a new planet today. Maybe even die on it.
So like all the people in Apex Legends are pilots, right? Well, not all of them. But it revolves around this Titan program. And basically, so the first Titanfall, there was no story. It was basically just pilots, Titans, and it was straight PvP. No story, like nothing. It just, you got in your mech and you fought other people in Titans. Right? And then, so in Titanfall 2, they actually added a story and a campaign. And it's basically just like a futuristic version of mankind at war with each other, and the technology centers around these things called Titans, mechs, and that's how we fight with each other. And it's been like 15 years since I've played this game. So I can't remember the story exactly and the lore behind everything. There's actually a lot of lore for this game in Apex Legends. And that's why a lot of people are pissed off, because Respawn is like dumping all their resources into Apex. Yet Titanfall 2 is like 15 years old, and there's still a dedicated community out there that plays this game every single day. And we're not getting a Titanfall 3. Well, they're not getting a Titanfall 3. I'm just a visitor, but there are people that this is what they play. See right there, what's his name? The robot? You know, the robot that's him right there. Look at. Here's the flat line. The Volt. In this game, it's the R201, but in Apex, it's the R301.
Cooper, you're in bad shape. Hold on. This might knock you out, but you should be okay when you wake up.
Lastimosa, hostile titans inbound. Apex predators.
Copy that, BT. Mercenaries. Stay down, Cooper. BT, let's go.
In fact, so Mirage's mom invented the cloaking technology for the Titans. That's Mirage's like his hologram and all that shit. That was all invented for the Titans. And look, see, there's what's his name? Not him, but it's a tribe of his people. What's the big Hawaiian dude?
We have 18 hours. 18 hours until the Ark is sealed and ready for delivery. Oi, Richter! Leave the corpses alone, you sick bastard. We've got a job to do, eh? We make corpses, we don't clean them up. Let's go!
There's the what's the little pistol called? The P20, yeah.
BT, transfer authorization to new pilot. Link Bravo Tango 7274. Cooper, take my Titan. Use my helmet and my jump kit. This is the real thing. Take care of him.
Okay.
We're relocating to the IMC beacon at map grid 772981.
Okay.
Get paid the same either way. All that matters is that thing in the mountains goes online as scheduled.
You think it's true? What the Texas saying about it?
Do I look like a bloody anorak to you? But if it is true, then the militia are gonna have a very bad day. You know what I mean?
Hemlock, baby. That was my favorite gun, dude. The Hemlock and the Prowler with the switch. Bro, the Prowler with the switch was disgusting, dude. The Prowler with the switch and the Hemlock with the switch. Motherfucker's using the Kraber. Damn it! Dude, what the hell? Oh, thank God.
Target spotted, 25 meters. Hostile pilot, no visible.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, what the fuck? Oh shit, I'm dead.
Anyone have a visual? Negative, no eye. Frag out. Contain the target. Hostile pilot, no visual. Target hit, let's finish. Incoming frag! I did! Move! Pilot build a vision lock! I got eyes on the pilot! Over here! Visual lost on target. Incoming hostile pilot. Frag incoming.
Are you fucking kidding me? All right, Winnie, you have a good night, all right?
Hostile pilot, no visual.
Happy Easter. Well, Easter was yesterday for you guys, but I'm going to hop off here in a little bit as well. I'll be back later tonight, though. DMR, I knew that's what he was shooting at me. All right, let's see. DMR, DMR. I need a DMR.
Hey, you want to try one of these things?
Try one of what?
Candy.
Are they all the same flavor?
No, one's Coke and one's some random Japanese flavor.
Where'd you get these?
I don't know, our mom got them for me.
Hmm. Pathfinder, that's his name. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Any militia personnel, I must remind you that you are on the planet Titan. This is an IMC-controlled planet, but there are many wild creatures outside the bounds of our installation. We cannot control the wild. Turn your...
As individuals, the IMC might be able to pick us off. That's what they've been trying to do.
the bloody way. Those weren't Blisk's orders.
That guy doesn't scare me. None of those mercenaries do.
Movement spotted!
Power low. Insufficient power. Power low. Insufficient power. Power low. Insufficient power.
All right.
Power at 2/3. Data core reinitialized. Ocular system online. Adjusting focus. Are you all right, pilot?
I think so. Wait, did you just call me pilot?
Yes. The late Captain Lastimosa gave you the provisional rank of acting pilot. Congratulations on your promotion. You may call me BT.
BT. Got it.
My systems are rebooting, but a third battery will accelerate the process. I will remain here.
Oh, dude.
Until I am mobile, I will assist you through your helmet radio when possible.
To all militia personnel, the IMC will grant safe passage back to the Angel City Penitentiary. To all who surrender, be wise to turn yourselves in for the IMC search team to meet you.
Pilot, I advise against turning yourself over to the IMC. Voice pattern analysis indicates they are lying.
Don't worry, BT. I'm not going anywhere.
Understood, but I do recommend you move. IMC salvage teams are not far away.
Lieutenant, you know about Cuban Bliss? I hear he's IMC. He's in charge of these Apex Predators, top shelf mercenaries, invitation only. I'm surprised you've never heard of him. Heard of that gig? Maybe I'll be.
Bro, what the hell, dude?
Lieutenant, you know about Cuban Bliss? I hear he used to be IMC. He's in charge of these Apex Predators, top shelf mercenaries, invitation only. I'm surprised you've never heard of him.
Pilot, my mapping systems have been restored. The ambush of the 9th Militia Fleet has landed us far off course from our original destination. We are located in hostile territory. Be careful, we cannot stay here long.
You think we can survive through this, BT?
We have no other options. We will have to improvise and adapt if we wish to survive.
How long did you serve with Lastimosa?
Captain Lastimosa linked with me 973 days ago.
That's longer than any relationship I've had.
Noted.
We know there are malicious survivors out there. We'll find you and we will track you down one by one. I ask you to come out of hiding while you still can. We have IMC search teams everywhere. If you resist capture, you will be branded an outlaw, and we will have no choice but to kill you.
Oh, shit. What the? Are you fucking serious, dude? Bro, where the hell are these dudes?
I got visual! Do we have a visual? A visual! Negative on visual! Hostile pilot, no visual.
Bro, what the fuck, man?
Lost visual.
Pilot, your suit has an emergency cloaking ability. This can help you survive dangerous situations.
Spitfire. Ooh, the Archer.
BT, who is this voice?
This is the commander of the Marauder Corps, a section of the Militia's Special Recon Squadron, or SRS. Her name is Sarah Briggs.
BT, is there anyone alive on this ship?
No. Scans do not detect any life signs within the MCS James McAllen, but 90% of the lifeboats have been ejected. There is still hope.
Here, free of the pressure. We're all together.
All right. We'll get just a little bit further, and then I'm probably going to end this.
Roger that. You don't see one of those every day. Salvage team Gamma is en route. Out.
To all militia survivors, it would be in your best interest to turn yourselves in. Surely you would agree it is better for our infantry to fight first, rather than a roaming prowler in the woods.
Pilot, our location has been compromised.
Oh, shit.
Those drones are IMC scouts. Enemy reinforcements will be on their way. We must complete the Neuralink immediately. Please install the final battery. Power at full capacity. Pilot, we must establish a neural link in order to proceed. Please embark when ready. Protocol 1, link to pilot. Establishing neural link. Neuralink established. Rifleman Jack Cooper, you are now confirmed as acting pilot of BT-7274. Protocol 2, uphold the mission. Our orders are to resume Special Operation 217. Rendezvous with Major Anderson of the
All right, let's go.
I'm detecting incoming enemy forces. Protocol 3, protect the pilot.
Sorry, I'm just like, I'm zoning out in the story.
Vortex shield online. The vortex shield catches incoming rounds and missiles. Release the button to launch any captured objects back at the enemy. This shoulder-mounted rocket pod will lock onto multiple enemy targets. The longer you hold down the button, the more locks you will achieve. Neuralink complete. Primary weapon control and motion link re-established.
Let's fucking go.
Pilot, enemy Titanfall detected. We will have to fight our way to safety. Get ready.
You sure about this?
Yes, trust me.
Militia Titan spotted. Chassis number BT-7274. Taking fire. Not bad, pilot. Not bad.
Excessive damage. Warning. Down. Well done, pilot. Our combat effectiveness rating has increased. Pilot, I detect more IMC salvage teams on the way. Our only chance of survival is to uphold our mission of rendezvousing with Major Anderson. Until then, you and I are on our own. Marking your HUD. We must move quickly.
Badass, dude. I can't wait to get back into this game. Sick. Oh.
Pilot, the IMC will continue to search for us. Our only chance of survival is to rendezvous with Major Anderson, 60 clicks from our current location. We will have to improvise and adapt if we wish to survive.
All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end this here. When I come back later on this evening, we'll play around a little bit more with some Mandragora, maybe some more Titanfall 2, maybe play a little bit of Armored Core, Infamous Second Son. It's just basically going to be a relaxed day. I'm going to just play whatever. And, you know, I'll give each game like a half an hour to 45 minutes or so. But if I don't see you guys again later on this evening, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I hope everybody has a happy Easter. I hope everybody had a wonderful spring break. And remember, be safe. There's going to be a lot of travel out on the road today. A lot of people in areas that they're not familiar with. So remain vigilant and get back home safe to your families if you do have to go anywhere. Until next time, though, you guys have a happy, safe, and wonderful Easter. And I will catch you guys again.